Hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel. So this morning, I had this very strong download this morning about not being caught up in the chaos. I think a lot of us, especially people who are attracted to my channel, my style, the way I read, any of my other medias, which you can find me at the Quantum Magdalene on Instagram. There's also the Magdalene Activation on Instagram, and then also Facebook, Quantum Magdalene, and LinkedIn now. There is a lot of, obviously there's a lot of chaos right now. And I think as empaths, if you were brought up and there was a lot of isms in your home and in your surroundings, then you were definitely, when you were brought up to like read the room, trying to make other people happy, like that's your whole goal, and not necessarily kind of feeling out what really makes you happy. Some of us, as we're growing up, we get addicted to the chaos. So when things are peaceful and great and wonderful for us, and maybe things are crumbling for other people around us, we're not allowed to feel joy. And I think it's very, very important right now that you understand that we all chose to be here in this life. And that was a huge download. And we choose what to do with it. And it's very, very important that you realize that if you are addicted to the chaos and the decisions that you are making daily for your mindset contribute to that chaos, or they don't. So please just understand that, you know, you are meant here for more. You are meant to be here for more. You are meant to experience joy, and no one's going to give it to you but you. Okay. So this is a quick reading. I also have at my website, thequantummagdalene.com, I now have 3 services available. One is a personal reading, and 2 are crystal and astrology consults. So 3 services total so far. I'm actually writing a book right now that will probably be available by the end of October. And it's going to be a sweet little book about manifesting, not necessarily manifesting, but anchoring into your dreams. And I'm really excited about that. I started it about a week ago. So let's get grounded. Thank you, Spirit. Please give me the loving voice to give these messages today. All right. Final deck, so we're going to set that there. Okay, we're going to start off with some oracle messages. This one is from the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. Thank you. Ooh, I love this one. This is so me. Thought they had forgotten about me. The second one is from the Starseed Oracle. All right. Let's draw 4 from the Galactic Star. Oh, this is big. I just got the chills. Yes. Thank you. And then we'll clarify in real time. Okay. So the first oracle card we got from the Gateway of Light Activation is the Venusian Galactic Council. Star beings, answer the call, time to shine. So again, this actually, look how beautiful that is. The beautiful light. I love that. So this is really about being heart-centered in what makes you feel good, what helps you feel loving, and not only for yourself and others, what makes your life feel juicy, what, you know, the foods that you eat that make your body feel good. We're coming into a time in the States where we have a lot of allergies and stuff. So I really, really want you to kind of hone in on what irritates you, and maybe like pull off the dairy a little bit, which is so hard because we all love cheese. But, you know, this is really about focusing on, how you bring love and pleasure into your life, and how you can live in that space and walk in that space of love all the time. I love this for you. The second one, from the Rebecca Campbell, the Starseed Oracle, all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. So this is really cool. It has what I would consider crystal grids. And if you've never worked with crystal grids, and that's something that you would like to see, please leave a comment that you'd like to see what a crystal grid is, or how I form them and how I work with them. I feel like many of us are trying to find direction. This is all paths lead home. We're all trying to find direction right now. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's a shift in your own career. Maybe it's, finding your soul family and your star family and finding new friends. I feel like there's a lot of separation right now. Separation from the old way and stepping into the new way. And that may feel a little erratic and uncomfortable. And what we have to understand is the void is where we listen. The void of not knowing is actually where the most beautiful things are created for you. So if you're feeling a little lost, it's okay. A lot of us are. Just understand that you have to let go completely of the old, because the new is going to be the best path for you, especially if you're leading in love. And I just saw in this Venusian one, there's 3 council members here standing. You probably can't see it. Maybe if I pull it back. Yeah, there's 3 council members here, and they're standing, they're holding hands, and they're standing in their love and joy. And it's almost like your beacon, like it's your beacon of light to attract others. And it's your beacon of light to embrace your life, to create your next adventure, so to speak. That's really cool. So tarot wise, I'm using the Galactic Star Tarot guidebook. So we have the 8 of Wands. So there's some mountains down here on the lower. And mountains typically represent obstacles. And so if you are trying to overcome something, if you're trying to navigate some sort of like directional, like, am I going to go around the mountain? Am I going to go through the mountain? And am I going to go up and over the mountain? Am I going to dig underneath the mountain? Whatever choice you make, it's going to come very fast. Like, this is very fast moving. You might be flying somewhere. As you can see, there's a little spaceship up top. You might be flying somewhere. You might be creating something really quickly, and just understand, like, it's okay to go fast at this point, because whatever you create is exactly what's needed. The 6 of Swords tell us that we're moving forward. We're moving on. I used to call this you're taking the kids and you're going. Like, we're not playing around anymore. Like, they're coming with you. And these are your beliefs. It's like, these are the swords of your beliefs, and these are your core values that you are. I just heard standing on business. I am not someone that uses like fun terms, but I really heard like standing on business, and these are your beliefs, and you are running with those, and there's no stopping you. You're paddling hard. You're moving into, I guess there was some, maybe, I heard choppy waters, and you're really paddling forward in this, and you're not stopping. And what's really great is you're moving into stability. This is the 3 of Discs, or the 3 of Pentacles. You can see the Egyptian pyramids in the back. This is a creative energy of stability. It looks like, too, typically the Three of Discs means money is being manifested in your work and working with others. If you're someone who works pretty solo, that's fine. Maybe you collaborate with others on a posting level in social media, like, hey, for the next week, I'll share your content on my media. You know, maybe you share my content on your media, like back and forth, like make a trade with others to help get out there. Because the thing is, when you start following people and they're following you back, that is a connection, believe it or not. And I think it's important to value those of you that are creators. And if you have friends, like I've shared, okay, so for instance, when I had my brick and mortar store, I shared so many businesses in my city, like a ton of businesses in my city, local business, especially female-owned businesses. I shared a ton of them. I tried to work with them. I know I did a fashion show one time for a local, a local boutique. My store was in a store with two other stores, a building with two other stores, and I constantly shared their material too, just to bring more business, because I do feel like the more you support others, the more you're supported. I didn't have that experience. Nobody really shared my stuff, and I think probably because of fear, like, you know, maybe they just didn't believe in what I was doing. But you know, they weren't sharing my material. They weren't sharing my words of wisdom. They weren't sharing my YouTube. Like, it was very much of, it was just different. You know, I can't say that I didn't feel supported, but it wasn't as much as I was supporting others. So when you have friends that are doing business online, you don't have to buy from them, but maybe you just believe in them. It's really important for you to share what they're doing, because in some way or another, that is going to come back to you. Even if you are just the average bear, you know, you feel like nobody believes you're an average bear. But if you're just, and I'm laughing because it's the Bears Week on TikTok. The Fat Bear Week. It's really funny. They follow these fat bears and they compete on who's the best bear. Anyway, but nobody is just average. So if you are someone that, you know, you like your friend and you believe in their stuff, then share it. And just know that just because you don't own a business and maybe you're not a content creator, they're going to support you too. Like, the energy comes back to you too. So don't just feel like you're not, there's going to be some sort of energetic exchange there. Okay. I do have the Wheel of Fortune here, and I just got a hit about the cardinal signs. So be very clear on the season's changes and the season's beginnings, and use those times to anchor in. So like when the autumn equinox, and then the winter solstice, and then the spring equinox and the summer solstice. Be very clear on the change of seasons and what that does for you. Astrology wise, you can look at, you know, okay, I'm coming into spring. What does that mean for me when you look at my natal chart? Very, very cool. There's lots of astrologers here on that are just heavy, great astrologers. I follow Betsy Guttig is her name. I will tag their channels below. Another one is Cam. Those two, I really, really enjoy how they deliver astrology. And it's very important that you're aware of your like rising sign and your natal sun and where that fits. So if that's something you're interested, please get a hold of them too, because I love how they deliver so much information on their networks. Okay, so let's do some clarification. So again, remember the change of seasons, move on, do what gives you pleasure, what gives you joy. All of your paths lead you home. And really, it's about, you know, turning your gaze into what you truly desire. Okay, so for the Eight of Wands, we have Princess of Swords. Yeah, we're making decisions like crazy. So the Princess of Swords, basically lighting up whatever it is that you need to see and make the decisions. And I feel like it's going to be like light bulb moments. Like you're going to be sitting there feeding your children one day and it's going to be like, and it's going to come to you of like, this is what you should do next. So very important to recognize that. With the Six of Swords, we have the Four of Swords. So with the Six of Swords, we have the Four of Swords. This is about resting and recovery. And I think it's a reminder you don't always have to be in action all the time, that it's important. Now, as a Taurus, I like to rest and recover a lot. And I'm also someone, because of my astrology, I tend to wait a lot. And I am a responder. So I come up with all these ideas and then I sit and wait and see, like, does anybody necessarily need these ideas? And if they're not necessary, then I don't create them. So it's very important to remember to kind of rest and do the balance of resting, creativity, being unplugged, focusing on you, your time and your quiet time, and trying to get enough sleep too. Okay. Three of Discs, Nine of Swords. So interesting enough, I just spoke about having the business and not feeling completely supported by my circle. And I'm hearing sometimes that's just in your head. And it is. Sometimes it is in your head that you're not supported. In fact, I just had this discussion with my husband last night about what I post in media versus what some other people that I'm connected with on media are. And how like the things that they were posting were just really upsetting to me. And I was taking it personal, even though it wasn't like tagging me and like, I was just really taking personal what they were saying. And I think because we had had arguments before in the past and maybe disagreements about whatever topic it was. Oh, my nose is itches. Hope that means we're getting money. And he said, well, this specific topic, how much of that my husband is amazing. Like he comes out of nowhere. He thinks he's like so buttoned up and not aware of things. But he said, how much of your identity has to do with this particular topic? And I'm like, wow, I'm like maybe 1% of my identity has anything to do with this. And he's like, so why are you getting so upset about it? Like, is it really worth getting upset over? No. No, it's not. So yeah, sometimes the stress, and again, being attracted to the chaos, right? Being attracted to having external validation all the time. Sometimes it's the constant need of, well, if you're not validating me, if I don't, if you're not making me feel important, then maybe it's not true that what I'm saying is important. Well, that's a little lesson for me there. Funny how that comes up. Okay, and looking at the Wheel of Fortune. Also, I just had a thing, your dreams. I haven't dreamed in a long time, and I'm starting to dream again. So it looks like during those times is when you should start taking action to manifest and anchor in what you want in life at the change of seasons. So that's what this reading is telling me today. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonates, please comment in the comment section below as it gets the word out and attracts other people to the beaming light that I'm my beacon, so that other people are attracted, and then we can share each other's stuff too. So I hope you have a pleasant week, and I'll look forward to reading for you again soon. And again, if you're interested in a personal reading, please go to my website in the description box below. There are 3 different offerings that I have right now. 2 of them involve crystals. And also those crystals I only ship in the United States right now. So if you're interested in something like that, please book a time. And if some of those times don't work, please hit me up on Instagram and we can message further about time, payment, etc. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will chat for you soon.